Hey, what's up guys? Welcome back to a brand new video. So as you can see in hand, I've picked up the brand new Phoenix Rudder deck set, so UX-07. So it is a really cool 3-pack containing UX and standard X bays. So yeah, let's have a quick look at the box and then we'll get into this one. So back of the box, as you can see, you got your 3 bays listed there, each of the parts, some info about the differences between UX and the standard X range, and yeah, a couple of suggested combos as well. Anyway, let's crack into this one. So in my opinion, this is a pretty cool release from what I've seen online. So originally, you know, Phoenix Wing was quite a hyped bay, so it's pretty cool that we're already getting a successor pretty soon after the original, to be honest. Like it's not actually been all that long since the original Phoenix bay, so really cool to be getting a successor and one that is part of the UX line. So yeah, makes it all that little bit cooler. I'm not super hyped and all that excited for the other 2 bays. In my opinion, they're probably some of the most throwaway bays that you can get, but hey, that's what comes with the set. Alright, so starting with our first bay, so we've got that Wyverngale recolor. So for the bit we get S. The ratchet we get 260 in this really nice silver colorway. It's a really cool metallic outer ring with that black center. It actually looks really nice. And then for our blade we get Wyverngale. So Wyverngale, not really one of my favorite X bays, but yeah, another recolor of Wyverngale. So putting this one together, and then we'll have a quick look at it fully assembled. So as you can see, pretty monochrome bay. I do really think the ratchet looks really good though. Anyways, moving on, let's get onto our second bay. So not going to spend a whole lot of time on these secondary bays. So starting with our bit, we get GF, so gear flat. For our ratchet, we get 180. And then for our blade, we get a recolor of Sphinx Cowl. So the recolor is actually really nice. The blue is super good looking. Anyway, let's go ahead and put this one together and then we'll take a look at it all assembled. So there we go. There's our full blue recolor. It does actually look pretty nice. Not super exciting, but a nice recolor nonetheless. Alright, so onto our third and final bay, definitely the most exciting bay in this set. Definitely the reason why everyone is picking up this deck set. So starting with our bit, we have the brand new bit, which is G, so glide. And as you can see, you've got that pom ball in the center, which is sort of recessed. So for our ratchet, we get 970. In a little bit of a almost magenta outer ring with a nice smoked black center, which looks really nice. And then last but not least, we get our brand new UX Phoenix base. So this blade is Phoenix Rudder. So takes a lot of inspiration from the tail of the Phoenix. All right, let's put this one together and then do a nice close up and take more of an in-depth look into this one. So up close, straight away you'll notice that paint job. The color is really nice. So it is a different color to the original Phoenix bay. It's probably got a little bit more of like a cherry red color rather than sort of like the super bright hot red of the original Phoenix. So I do really like that. Also under certain light, you can sort of pick up a little bit of a sparkle to it. So it looks like there's maybe a little bit of flake in the paint, which looks really good. So taking a look at our updated motif as well, as you can see, we've got that nice Phoenix motif there with its tail sort of surrounding it, which really does work really well with the top of the blade. So you can see they've really tried to recreate that sort of look of the ends of the tail, hence I believe why it's actually called Rudder. Alright, so onto some quick size comparisons. So first up, we'll compare it next to the OG Phoenix Wing. So you'll straight away notice the difference in the color, so the difference in the red paint job, and then also the difference in the blade shape. So Phoenix is actually changed to a stamina type compared to the original, which was an attack type. Next up, another UX bay. So we've got Drawn Buster. So this is the version from the UX, I think it was called like the battle set with the recolor, which also came with a recolored wizard rod. And finally, comparing it to another UX bay, we've got the most recent one, so we've got Leon Crest. Alright, so onto a quick spin test, and then we'll get into a few battles. So launching this one, the pom ball on the bottom of this one really does help it glide around the stadium, as the name would suggest. Alright, battle time. So let's throw him up against the OG Phoenix, so Phoenix Wing versus Phoenix Rudder. Alright, next up we've got Phoenix Rudder taking on Leon Crest. Let's see how the most recent UX base stacks up against this one. Next up, we've got our left spin, so we've got Cobalt Dragoon. And finally, we've got it next to Drone Buster. Alright, so onto my final thoughts and opinions. So overall, the deck set as a whole, not a big fan of the 2 secondary bays. They really do feel just like pointless pack-ins. They're nothing special. I do think this silver 260 is quite nice. Even that blue Sphinx Cowl blade recolor does look nice, but again, it's nothing special. I'm not really super huge fans of either of these 2 bays to begin with. In terms of the Phoenix Rudder bay itself, that is really nice. The paint job is a really nice color. The design of the metal blade looks really nice. My major gripe with this bay though is the actual paint job. I do think that the paint job is a little bit thin. It does have some nice sparkle to the paint, and I do really like the color, that more sort of cherry red, but it is a little bit thin. You can sort of see metal peeking through the top view on some of those lines. Yeah, it does look a little bit thin, which that's probably my biggest gripe with this one. So something else I think that they could have improved on would have been if this was a UX deck set. So if all 3 bays were UX bays, so you could still have your main Phoenix Rudder as your new release and then having some recolors of some other UX bays. That would have been nice to have a full UX deck set. Anyway guys, look, I'll go ahead and wrap up this video. So if you enjoyed this one, leave a comment down below, hit like, hit subscribe. Until next time, I'll speak to you guys in the next one. See ya.